Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Dungeons & Dragons live stream, where a group of high school friends attempt to play Dungeons & Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Stephen as Finric the Monk, Erin as Lily the Fighter, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard, Chris as Paelias the Cleric is back in the house, and I am Shawn, your ever-faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live. A quick recap from last week. It was the Gaul around 2 p.m. There was some question of did Paws really win the vote. You guys ended up going to the rally in Puppytown or Puppyton. Finric started to make Puppyton stick, and it was gaining some traction. But yeah, Paws wants to really open up Puppytown or Puppyton to more tourists from Dessin and Shaydul. The dogs are the asset. Our pups are our providence. Barky, however, warns that the outsiders will seek to steal our dogs. We have provided puppy manure for hundreds of years. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. You end up giving some impassioned speeches. You convince the town that is what's needed is perhaps a whole new form of governance. And so there will be a vote held right then and there, open until 8 p.m. Paws and Barky decide to put that decision to the vote. You all keep your distance, thanks to Mistra's guidance, but you do keep an eye on things. Twizzard's lizard finds some questionable payouts in a drawer upstairs, sees some shady dealing with the ballots. Finistel, who also has a familiar, gets hers in the game, and now you have all gathered out front of the town office, the town hall, to hear, as the result is read, that... what was the result?
Barky?
That the vote was in favor of a single leadership versus council.
Yes,
Oh.
That's what the vote was. And that is where we shall pick up tonight. As sort of the rumors ripple through the crowd of surrounded people, mostly represented here by small yellow and red pips. Yellow being the color of Paws and red being the color of Barky.
I think Lily is going to be very upset that people did not choose her council, and she's going to maybe throw a little bit of a tantrum, but a strategic tantrum to maybe allow other members of her group to maybe get into locations that they might need to for preparing to extract truths from certain somebodies.
All right, so what exactly would you like to do, Lily?
She is going to essentially throw up her hands, and she is going to shout pretty loud, "What the?"
All right, yeah. Other people, give me a performance or persuasion. Do you want people to join in, or are you just trying to cause a distraction?
It's more of a distraction, and I think she feels as though because she had suggested the whole council idea that she would be maybe offended that the people of Puppyton did not want that.
All right.
So yeah, it's a distraction. I don't think she really cares that much. Maybe she's a little hurt, but she also knows that these are false.
So in that case, I would even accept deception. So whichever one you'd like.
Yeah. So persuasion, it is 6.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Everyone sort of just like turns around, like everyone's talking already about this result because they're like, what do you? And then you sort of like, what the? And like everyone sort of like turns over at you and they're like, who was that again? Why is she? Oh, she's the one who. What's going on? So there's you've increased the general confusion, but I don't know if you've necessarily done what you wanted to do.
She's just young, and she hasn't participated in elections herself. She doesn't know exactly how they work, and I'm sure the election officials can just sort of explain this a little bit to her, and I'm sure we'll get this resolved. And then I give Paelias a look that says to where I can sending stone him. How about some truth serum?
And you also
Yeah, sorry, I didn't understand that look. So you want me to do a truth spell on the woman up there? What's her name?
I don't think you know their name. So are you trying to call attention to the people who are counting, basically, Finric?
Yeah.
All right, so let's give you a persuasion while Paelias looks up Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Or if you have it equipped.
8.
8. Well, I mean, people are eager for more explanation.
That's good.
But
That works for us.
yeah, I mean, so Barky and Paws are sort of coming to take center stage, and they sort of hold up their hands. Are you doing something, Paelias?
Yeah, it sounds like time for a Zone of Truth coming at ya.
Okay, so you're casting Zone of Truth?
Yeah,
And what's that range again?
60 feet.
60 feet. Oh, but what type of zone is it? Is it a sphere? Is it a cone? Is it
A magical zone that guards against deception. Oh, 15-foot radius sphere. Sphere.
Okay. So yeah, basically you can get everyone. You can get everyone in this vicinity.
Yeah. So they have to, if they start their turn or they move into it, they have to do a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Okay. All right. So.
And I know whether they succeed or don't.
Okay, I'm gonna basically go around this circle sort of clockwise. Oops. So there's sort of 3 vote tallies for this. So this first person, which is the one Twizzard you saw doing the shady stuff with the ballot, unfortunately passes, gets a nat 20.
Okay.
The next person gets a 17.
That'll pass.
11 for the gentleman there.
That fails.
Okay, so this guy has to tell the truth. Pause gets a 19.
Oh,
Pass.
Barky gets a 13.
Fail.
And then I assume you're not affecting Lily or your own people.
Oh yeah, no, I guess not.
we
Was
already
the-
know the truth.
Was the woman in there?
Yeah, she got nat
She
20.
passed with the nat 20.
Oh, she was a 20. Oh,
Yeah.
I might have to hit her.
What's Plan B? The Fist of Truth?
Fist of Truth.
I mean, unless we think we can get something out of Barky and the other dude.
Extract
Those are the ones
aspects.
that were.
What if we just accuse her and tell her to empty her pockets?
Will she do it?
Well, maybe that's Plan B, and then Plan C is Fist of Truth. If she doesn't,
Or we can just plant stuff on her.
she planted it herself.
All right, what do you guys want to do? Barky and Paws are about to speak. Are you doing anything?
This woman has rigged the election.
Uh-oh.
Who said that?
You point at her.
Mr. Bones points at her.
Mr. Bones is like still in the back alley, I think.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bones, get out here. And I point at that woman.
Okay, Mr. Bones is
This
coming.
woman.
Okay, and while he's doing that, I can just do thaumaturgy, and I can do liars.
Ooh.
Okay. Wait, who are you? Who are you trying to be when you say that?
Oh, it's more of like like a creepy kind of
Dramatic flair.
Yeah, dramatic. Deep voiced, devilish kind of sound.
Something that scares me, doggy.
Wow, yeah, okay. Twizzard, give me persuasion. Flies, give me performance.
Persuasion. Why did I look this up?
How will people take liars?
Big rolls. 17 persuasion.
Whoa, nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So as Twizzard sort of like points this woman out, all eyes sort of twirl toward her as this. Is it a booming voice? What's the?
Yeah, let me read. I think it's a booming voice. It's my voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
All right. She sort of wilts under this pressure of all eyes and this booming voice, and like people hear the voice, but they don't even care where it came from. They're just like, whoa, So like, all right, everyone's looking at her, and she's like, what? I just counted the votes, and sort of her friend looks to her, and they all pause. What is the meaning of this, Twizzard?
Empty your pockets, vote counter. She's got votes in her pockets that she switched out when she was counting them.
And while he does that, I'll command her, and I'll yell,
Nice.
I guess, should I command? Show or reveal? Reveal. That's it.
That'll be good, lady.
Reveal.
Yeah,
She flashes the audience.
right.
Yeah,
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
I would have gone with confess or repent, but yeah, reveal will.
Oh, confess would have been good. Yeah.
Lady also attractive.
So at first she's sort of like when Paws inquires of Twizzard what you mean, you say that she sort of pulls out her pockets as you say reveal, and she sort of like stops for a moment, and then based on that dice roll, she sort of just like reaches in her shirt and like starts to take off. She has like a top layer. And everyone's like, what is going on? The attention is definitely riveted. But she takes that off, and you see sort of in these cloth bands around her lower forearms. Oh, you can't see my forearms. There's like bands, and there's just like at least 20, 30 ballots stuffed into them.
Hang her!
And she's just sort of stunned, and pauses like, Nara, what is the meaning of this? And she sort of casts her eye around. Finric, or anyone who wants to give me a perception check as she sort of like looks around the crowd.
Sure.
I got 16.
20.
All right, 16, 20.
– 14.
12.
All right. Finric, you notice as she searches the crowd, her eyes sort of like lock on to Barky.
Barky.
What?
Oh, he has to say the truth.
Yeah.
What?
What's the meaning of this?
The meaning of what?
These votes.
She was clearly swaying the election. She
For
should
who?
be- I guess in the favor of not having a council.
I
What's
said
it,
for who?
Well, I suppose we should look at the votes themselves, but sorry, what?
What do we need to do to ensure a fair vote count?
I suppose take all of the votes that she stored in those bands and subtract that number, assuming they're all the same and assuming they're all for the council, then we should subtract that number from the votes for the no council. Ha! And he seems proud that he figured it out.
And then add them to the votes for council.
Oh, that's too much math.
Yes, hold on a second. Pause goes over and sort of like
Did
strips
pause
the
say
notes
pause?
unceremoniously from the bands. And Nara like starts to like back away. And just as she's backing away, Mr. Bones gets there and she like bumps into him. And she's like, oh, and she pulls up short. And so sort of pauses, like handing the ballots out to the other takers and to Barky, and they're sort of poring over them. Yes, all of these are for the council. Nara, what is the meaning of this? I was. Look, times are tight, and I was offered a very, very convincing reason to do what I did. Well, who put you up to it? It didn't say the note. It just had a dash B. I don't know. It's up in the office. You can look at it. You can investigate. I'm sorry. And she sort of like gets a little like shamefaced, and like all the crowd starts to like press in, and some of the crowd is like, they're like boo, boo, and they're like, some of them have like brought like the quintessential pitchforks, usually that you used to like scoop poop in the poop palace, but now they're sort of raising them, and you can tell tensions are getting a little high. Not quite 15 or above high, but they're pretty high. What are you guys gonna do?
I took that letter, right? I think.
You did. You
Okay.
did. You had your lizard climb it up the.
You should have your lizard bamf onto her shoulder with the note in its mouth.
All right. Can I just? I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Can I just get him?
I think you've got the note.
Okay.
The
All right.
lizard
So I've got
brought
it.
to you in the back alley.
Look what I found. I hold it up. It's that note.
Now that all eyes turn to swivel at you.
Well, while they look at me, I do some flexing. Got a note.
Twizzard, it was you?
I found this note.
Did you pay her to sway the vote?
Does my name begin with B, fool? I can't do the math, but I can do the spelling.
So how did you get this note? Yeah, how did you get that note?
I swiped it. It was given to me.
Explain yourself, Twizzard. What is going on?
It was given to me by a lizard.
Puppyton is a simple town. We don't have things like this go on very often.
Well, today is a new day. You're
I
gonna
didn't think this out very
have to rewrite your history book.
Explain yourself, Twizzard. What do you mean a lizard?
A lizard gave it to me.
What do you mean a lizard? There's no lizards in Puppyton.
Well, how'd I get this paper then?
Give me something. I mean, I guess you're you're telling the truth, so I guess give me persuasion.
Mr. Twizzard does not think before he speaks.
Is this someone we don't like?
Ever.
I didn't speak. I just held up a paper. Okay.
This is everyone looking at you.
That would be a 7.
The people like, they're still booing, and now they're like, they're a little confused, to be honest. Some of their attention is now focused on you, Twizzard, and some of their attention is still focused on Nara. And they're sort of looking at Paws and Barky.
Boz and Parky.
So I'll go, whose name begins with a B?
Okay, I think we need to get to the bottom of this. Let's do it inside the town office, says Barky. I think yes, we definitely need to get to the bottom of this, and we need to do a recount. Everyone, there will be a recount. I promise that we will get to the bottom of this. Please, just everybody calm down. Just calm down. Yeah, we will get to the bottom of this, everybody. Just calm down. But the crowd is not having any of it, and they're actually pressing in closer. Finric, you feel yourself sort of being pressed forward as people from both sides of the divide, the dogs are sort of getting out of the way, sensing the tension as they start to close in.
Let's tear this place apart.
Hey, no.
Do you really say that? Yeah, I think he said it.
Mr. Twizzard does not think before he speaks.
Try to get the attention off me and the note.
Twizzard,
Wait,
you
no,
feel them
so
grab
why would
each
you
of
do
your
that?
arms. The two people next to you grab each of your arms.
Let's go, boys.
All right, I think we're rolling into initiative because I don't know, this crowd actually is not being placated.
Wait, are the
Go
people
for it.
grabbing me with me or against me?
Against you.
They are against you, my friend.
Oh, I was just kidding.
All right, so if you guys could roll initiative for me.
Why am I in this?
Yeah, maybe we should side with the crowd.
You're welcome to side with whoever you want, but I want to know what order I need to resolve things, so that's what we're doing.
Okay, fair enough.
Crowd is a 12.
7.
5.
10.
Oh, nat 20. What? 2 in a row.
Something to add to it.
Can you maybe thaumaturgy again or whatever the hell?
So wait, who
that's
was
called?
the 10, 7, and 5? I wrote the numbers, but I didn't get which.
I was,
Wizard was 10?
was 10.
I was a 7.
And I'm the 5.
Nat 20. And no, I can't add anything to it. No plus on initiative.
What would you add? Oh, the
Mine's
initiative
3.
number. You always have numbers to add. Nick's got 4. Not bad.
I think it's because my charisma's up.
Oh, is that a charisma? Yeah. Where's your charisma?
All right, Paelias, what would you like to do? As basically right next to you, a red sash and a yellow sash both grab Twizzard from either side.
All right. We're gonna. Boy, we need a crowd control thing here. We're gonna.
Escape.
Why don't we let's bamf in my familiar.
Okay. All right, your fairy dragon appears. Where do you want it to appear?
Let's have it appear right where Twizzard is and grab the note.
And grab the note. Okay. So Bam soon, right in the center, right in the thick of things, and grabs the note out of the Twizzard. Are you letting it grab the note, or are you resisting?
Yes.
All right, the fairy dragon grabs the note. What's it doing with it?
Fly up.
Okay, it flies up. How far?
Just like you're still visible, but you're not within reach of anyone who's tall.
Okay. All right. All right. It flies up with the note in its claws, and the people are like, "Oh." All right. Are you? That's your action. Vamp it in. And
Can I say something?
Sure.
And then I say to the crowd, this is how Twizzard got this note. He grabbed it off of her with his familiar.
See?
Give me a persuasion check. And are you yelling this? Because the crowd's pretty loud right now.
And
Yeah, I'll yell. Persuasion is 12.
I'm convinced.
Okay. The crowd, including the people who are immediately grabbing Twizzard, as this like thing just appears and like grabs it and goes up, they're just like they sort of drop his arms as they're just watching it, and the whole crowd sort of like hears your voice and is now looking up at this basically this like 3-foot dragon that has just appeared in the middle of their town, sort of flying above them. Now, granted, it is 9 p.m. It is dark, but there's enough like this was a gathering, right? So there's enough like people with torches and sort of general light in the area that they can see this thing sort of like hovering with this sheet of paper that drew everyone's focus a moment before clutched in its claw.
I can breathe some fire if it would help.
Excuse me?
That might burn our paper.
I can breathe fire if it would help see me better.
The fairy dragon, you mean?
Yeah, does he breathe fire?
I don't think he breathes fire.
Oh, okay.
Finish.
And he maybe is like a carnival trick type of thing.
I thought it was a pseudo dragon.
It is a pseudo
He
dragon.
can breathe fire if he touches
Pseudo dragons breathe fire?
No.
No, but is that the same thing as a fairy dragon?
No, it's not. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's like a dragon, but he's just pseudo.
Does it say it is about 3 feet though, right? It's like not.
What? Say it again?
Is it about 3 feet? It's not big enough, though, right?
No, yeah, it's a tiny little thing.
If you touch me, I can give you dragon's breath.
All right.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, I should totally do that at some point. Not today.
Finistel notices everyone's attention being drawn up there, and she makes a sort of a bright purple outline of a dog appears around the dragon. And everyone's like, oh, so they're like, their attention is still fixed up there. And that brings us to the crowd, which is now fairly distracted. Yeah, they're basically, they're not gonna escalate. They're distracted by the spectacle. Twizzard, what would you like to do?
So, just a question. Surprised it hasn't come up before, but I never really thought about it. Can we get out of initiative without anyone getting hurt? Like, how do we get out without one half of the fight dying?
Use it.
I mean,
You just don't fight.
Yeah, but then
You use other types of actions.
they fight.
You can block.
When do they give up? When does one side give up?
I mean, you can disengage and flee. I mean,
Or you can talk your way out of it.
Yeah, you can talk.
You just need the sort of the conflict right now, if you want to think of it that way, is that the crowd wants to understand what's going on, and they are not They were not satisfied with the implications and the explanations given to them so far.
Yeah. Just bamf in your familiar.
I don't even know if they'll see him.
Well, it's okay. Just show them, like, put him on someone's shoulder or something. Show them that you can do it.
All right, I'm going to make him poof and appear on my head.
So your chameleon's gonna appear on your head?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I actually got it to stay. Amazing.
Oh, look at that! There's a lizard on my head. It's magic. It counts magic.
All right, and how do you say this?
Oh, look at that! There's
Okay,
a
like
lizard
that.
on my
Okay.
head.
Give me a persuasion check. Or I guess a performance, because you're not trying to persuade them.
Oh, performance. Maybe I should roll again.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's the same.
No, he said performance now. Ooh, 15 performance.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh!
With advantage.
The people directly next to you, they sort of like loosen their grip with the first sort of distraction, and now they just sort of like they take a couple steps back from you.
I look at both of them. I'm like, crazy, right? I'm freaked out too.
All right, Finric, what would you like to do?
I'm just,
You
I guess
were
I'm
being
holding
sort
my
of pushed
action.
forward with the surge, but now that's sort of like everyone's like looking up.
yeah, I feel like I'm good.
Okay. Lily.
I think Lily, who seems to be on the vocal side tonight, is going to say, we can resolve this without getting angry.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Seven.
Your voice is kind of lost. There's like a glowing puppy and like a dragon and like people near Twizzard are distracted by this lizard. It's a little bit lost in the cacophony. Barky and Paws. So Paws shouts out.
That's not happening.
What does he shout out? He shouts out, everyone, please, look, it is a sign. It is a sign. Listen to these people. There is mischief afoot, but we will get to the bottom of it in a peaceful manner. Yes, everybody, please, calm down. There's nothing to worry about. We can figure this out. Persuasion at advantage, 18. Crowd seems to calm down completely. All right, be basically out of initiative right now, but Paelias, you could do something if you want.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I can bring my familiar down, and we can read the note together. Let's bring the familiar down to like a neutral. Who's like a neutral person here in this crowd?
I mean, the closest to the leader are Paws and Barky.
Well, they're not really neutral. They're for themselves.
That is fair.
But if they both look at it at the same time,
Are they close enough? They can do that.
There are 2 other poll workers there.
It's pretty neutral.
Poll workers? Yeah, let's give it to a poll worker. Let's have the poll worker read it.
Poll worker.
Okay, so the poll worker brings.
how
it
about the
down.
poll worker who still has to tell the truth? Are we still in zone of truth? How long does that last?
I think it lasts 10 minutes. No, what does it last?
Oh, look. Zone of Truth is gonna last us 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, so you bring the dragon down, and at first he's just like, and it's like sort of hovering. He's like, thank you. And he opens it up. What does it say? Thanks for your help. -B, I think, right?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
That's what you stole?
All the evidence we had.
We didn't.
All the evidence we need.
I don't know what this means. It does say -B though. And sort of he sort of turns toward Barky, and Barky's like, "There's a lot of people whose name starts with B."
Yeah.
Is there a paw mark?
Not that I can see. Paws turns toward you, and he's like, "What are you trying to insinuate, Paelias?"
I'm just saying maybe Barky put a paw on it.
Maybe someone stepped on it.
Barky, did you write that note? No, I didn't write that note.
And he has to tell the truth.
He has to
So
tell the truth.
Barky, do you know who might have written the note? Do you recognize the handwriting or anything?
May I see it?
Mhm.
The other guy sort of hands it over, and he's like, "Does he recognize it?" Oh shit! I think I do. And he sort of turns, and his eye goes toward AOL in the crowd. And she, meanwhile, has been backing away slowly as you've been inspecting the note. And then she sort of turns and starts to run.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we have a runner.
She's running.
Let's get her.
30 feet every 6 seconds.
well, we
Well-
sprint, and Finric is faster.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will walk briskly and catch her.
I will misty step to briefly surrounded by a silvery mist. I teleport up to 30 feet right in front of her.
All right. So you guys do the old pincer move.
Oh, it's a 2nd level spell. Oh, whoops.
You're like, oh, I didn't want to spend that.
Oh well.
When Lily was talking with AOL before,
Yes.
I had heard about whether people from Shaydul would be sending someone regarding the results, right? I had been asking about would Shaydul send somebody to find out the results of the previous election?
Yeah, that was when you sort of walked back. I guess that was right before you guys sort of went up circumspect, or was that in the middle of things? But
That
yeah,
was-
you said something to that effect.
It was between the it was before Finric went in as a gnome, or about the same time as Finric went in as a gnome, because he didn't listen to anything I told him on the sending stone.
That's
And he
right.
decided to just totally ignore the information I was giving him about the gnomes having a consulate, not necessarily a I don't remember what he even called it. And was that run by the Beatles?
Correct. It's a group of gnomes called the Beatles, and they are run by Heartfell.
Heartfell.
You haven't met this person, but you know their name is Heartfell. That was something that Shiny said when you guys first arrived.
So, do you think that Lily would maybe think that the B stood for beetle?
Lily can think whatever she wants.
All right. I'm just wondering if she would actually say something about it, if that's what she thought. But
So yeah, you guys basically have her surrounded now, and she's just like,
Where are you going, miss?
I just thought that, well, I needed, no one's tending the inn.
We're in the middle of an important discussion here. We're going to need you to hang out.
Put her in puppy jail.
while they're doing that, I'm going to go up to Barky and Paws and mention, well, what about the Beatles? They start with the letter B.
Oh, hey, you're right. They do. Yes. Wait a minute. They would probably care a lot what happens to their supply of puppy manure, especially if a change of governance here would change their price. Or its price, I should say. Aowell, he sort of calls out, and Aowell's, and right then Isendel runs up. She's like, What is going on? This is her partner. Finric, Paelias, what are you guys gonna do?
Let's escort her back to the center here, back to the Paws and Barky Club.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can help escort.
Are you wrangling them like puppies?
Yeah.
There's a little fenced off area you can put them in.
Isendel is intrigued by
I think it's funny we've got like the shortest person in our group with like these Goliaths.
Oh yeah, they're like 9 feet tall.
You're like running around at their heels,
Everyone's
nipping.
either a furball or a Goliath.
Real freaking funny, everyone.
Isendel approaches too. Barky and Paws confront her. What is the meaning of this? Is this really your handwriting? Well, yes, it is. It was very explicit what I should do. There was an earlier note, and at this point, Nara, who's sort of still not in the clutches of Mr. Bones, but certainly surrounded on enough sides that she hasn't moved. She sort of like looks at Aowell, and Aowell looks at her. Look, we had no choice.
Why did you have no choice?
She sort of like looks around the crowd, and there's people all around. She's like, "Can we perhaps talk somewhere a little more privately?"
I feel like we're way beyond that.
Is there security? Do we have like a security Paws, Barky troop? There must be some security around here, right?
No, I mean, this isn't a huge town, and this is like the most excitement,
Where's the sheriff?
There is, well, you have not met a sheriff yet, and no one has come forward as the sheriff.
Oh.
Puppy Town used to be a nice, peaceful little town.
We turned on his head with one visit.
Well, it's not necessarily you guys only.
We're just exposing a truth that needs to be exposed.
Yeah, I think the people need to know. I think you need to speak up right now.
Okay, look, Hartfell threatened our families and loved ones, and you sort of see, you don't need a perception check to see her glance in Isendel's direction. If we didn't make sure that Barky won. What? Me? Well, yes, Barky, you're a traditionalist, and well, the Beatles seem to think that is good for business. But why would you... Well, how would the city council help or not help? I'm so confused. Listen, Barky, I think what they're saying is the Beatles want everything to stay the same. And if we are now run by a council of our peers, and he sort of gestures to some of the shopkeepers you see, Tina and Gian even has joined, who was absent earlier in the day, has joined the crowd now. The chill duty makes the wind chimes. This cannot stand. We can't have the beetles of Shaydul directing what we do here in Puppyton.
Wait, Barky, did you know about any of this?
No, I didn't know anything about this.
All right, you're still in the zone of truth.
And they're sort of like, the surrounding crowd starts to be swayed to pause, and they're like, boo, Shaydul, boo! They're like shaking their pitchforks.
Yeah! Do we have some torches and some pitchforks?
It'll take us.
But you are
Let's
30
get those
miles from
beetles.
Shaydul.
Let's get the beetles!
Get the beetles! Get the beetles! Get the beetles!
Ah!
Everyone's sort of like riling up. You're riling them up.
Ah!
They're going with you. The whole crowd is like, get the beetles! Get the beetles! And Paws is like, no, calm down, everyone, calm down. Yeah, calm down, everybody. Come on, just calm down. What are you guys doing?
Get the beetles!
Okay, stop. No one's getting the beetles.
Are you controlling Twizzard, or are you saying that to the crowd?
I'm saying that to Twizzard.
What?
This is, first of all, they're like hours that way, and it's dark.
Get the beetles!
Get to the cart. We could get everyone there.
All right, let's just talk about this for a while.
Get
This
the
is-
beetles! Get the
Look, better or worse,
Calm
better or
down.
worse, this is political shenanigans, and we've uncovered it, and now the people of Puppyton have a chance to control their own destiny, establish their own government, and proceed in the way that they want. There's no reason to go and lynch people.
Kill the beetles! That's what he said! Get the beetles!
We can't just go around and point out wrongdoings and say, "Well, good luck with that." We gotta help them. What if
We're making it right, but what are we going to do?
What if they can't take out this heartfelt guy or get him to release them from his clutches? We don't.
Okay, well, we don't want a mob. We want some structure here. We want to have some organization.
No justice like mob justice.
Um,
I whisper that.
Some of the people start to like walk down the road, even though, as Finric pointed out, it's pitch dark and Shaydul is 30 miles away. But they're like, get the beetles! As they sort of start marching down the road. Finistel sees this, and she causes like a bunch of sparks to burst out of the ground in front of them, and they all like, and they stand back. But they don't know she did it. So. Alright, what are you guys doing? The dogs are going crazy, by the way. They're just like howling and calling out.
guys, you're spooking. All this action is spooking all the dogs. Come on, we need to settle down. We'll come up with a good plan, but it's late. Nothing's gonna happen tonight.
Thought we had a good plan.
Give me a persuasion check, Finric. The most persuasion checks
Look.
used. 12?
11, but still, it's like a high 11.
You round up, right?
Not enough, I'm afraid.
Do we? Okay. All right, Lily, what do you think?
Lily's like SMH.
The crowd is now sort of
What does that mean?
building up.
Shaking my head.
Oh.
Between the shower of sparks is Finistel's just keeping the shower of sparks here, and the people are like, cowed. They're sort of moving that.
Like
direction.
Lily is not Agnes, so Lily does not know how to turn the crowd in her favor. She can.
She's a noble.
Sure.
She has some,
Yeah.
experience with, but not
Politics.
really unruly mobs. More like
Right. But most of it
Affairs
is
of state.
probably what she's seen her father do. And I don't know if
there hasn't really been,
this kind of
not in her time at least. Was there any wars or anything that she would have seen him like lead or
Yeah.
rally troops or anything like that?
So Lily might kind of just move to where those sparks were and kind of just, I don't know, hang out, kind of corralling
Sort of keeping
people who
from-
start to look like they might head off in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, opposing Finistel's fine.
Okay.
And maybe she'll kind of just be like, twirling her dagger in her hands or something like that.
All right. Finric, Paelias, Wizard.
I think we need some like law enforcement here. If there's crimes that are being committed, we need a way to prosecute. Don't you have a justice system in this town?
Not really, Paelias. We sort of. I mean, there's not that much that.
There's
sort of
marketing.
just talk things out.
All right. Well, let's talk it out with the Beatles then.
Well, I don't know if I want to talk it out with the Beatles. I just mean within Puppyton.
Can you like describe these beetles?
No, Mike.
But
Yes,
are they,
there
like-
are.
You get scared of them?
They are rather intimidating en masse, and certainly Hartfell, she is a terror. But normally, we haven't. There hasn't really been an increase in the amount they pay us in, well, gosh, a very long time. Now that I
But
think
they're
about it.
like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, it's not really fair that they don't really. I mean, there's cost of living increases over the years. They should be paying us more.
All right.
Perhaps you folks could broker a discussion of some sort. Perhaps come to new terms. Explain to them the council idea that will now be governing Puppyton.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, it's just a short-term solution. You're still gonna have to, grow some backbone.
Backbone, you say? What sort of backbone are we talking about?
Well, I think it would mean a lot if one of your townsfolk stepped up and came with us as part of the discussion brokering, and then continued that after we leave.
Barky and Paws look at each other. Well,
It could be a council position.
I'm up for it if you are, Paws. Yes, I think I'm up for it.
Right.
Assuming that, of course, we're voted onto the council. Do we need another vote for that? Well, I don't know. I think that would be fair. But what is the timeline that you folks propose?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we could have an emergency council meeting or emergency council formation, and then we can vote on specific members after that.
How many people are even on a council?
Usually 7.
Seven's
Seven's a good number.
All right. Well, I can immediately think of myself, Barky, of course. Yes, of course. Perhaps the local Tina who runs the market. Leave me out of it.
Now,
No,
the
Tina,
more
you
voices
must
we get, the better.
serve your town. Wait, what's that?
The more voices we get, the better. We want different people from different places to be part of this. So if you can join this service, then it would really help the people around you.
All right. Fine. I'll join the council. I'm not even sure what that means.
I had talked to someone, I think, before. I think was it a poop shoveler?
Yes, you did. I don't know. Did we ever learn that? I don't know if we ever learned his name.
I mean, I was talking to him, right?
Yeah.
Let's find the poop shoveler.
I never wrote down the name. If I ever said one, I never wrote it down. So I suppose we could watch that episode back. The head poop shoveler. He sort of like speaks up and he's like, "I'll be on the council."
Perfect.
Oh my god, what is his
Beautiful.
name?
I think you're up to 4.
I mean, do we have like someone who's been around a long time?
You have an elder?
An elder, yeah.
Old
That's a-
Arlen. Where's Old Arlen?
All right.
Old
You-
Garland?
Be the elder.
All right.
So
So
you have
we got Paws and Barky.
you got the poop shoveler. You've got a store person, a store owner. You've got an elder,
Yep.
So that brings us up to 6.
Do we need the guy that sold us the chimes? Is that?
Oh,
Oh, a
another
craftsman.
another shop.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more of like an artisan type of thing. So that
Right.
seems like that would.
Because they would be the other side of the tourism.
Yeah.
What does it entail? What do I have to do?
Right now, you just have to help stabilize things.
But on an
Everybody calm
ongoing
down,
basis.
We're not doing anything today. Go back to your houses.
Okay. Yeah. Good start.
And the crowd starts to disperse.
Yeah. Wow. You're 2 minutes in.
Great
Already
word, sir.
I don't like it. Keith is a reluctant leader, but effective apparently. Finistell drops her sparks. Alright, some of the crowd has gone home, questioning, talking about the council, eagerly excited, but still dispersing nonetheless. There are still some people there, though.
And of course, I mean, after, this emergency council has maybe some time to actually establish roles, then they could have a vote for, whoever would like to run for council.
Mm-hmm.
Still, that's only 6 of us. AOL sort of... Could I perhaps atone for my actions and... I mean, honestly, I'd love to get some revenge on those beetles. If you'll have me.
What does the council think?
Oh,
Do you think it's good for
do we vote now?
Yin?
Or just, you could say how you feel.
I've known AOL all my life. I think she is trustworthy. I think that she was under duress, and I don't like what those beetles did at all. Spoken like a true hero of Puppyton, Barky. I agree. She's on the council.
Then you have your 7.
All right. Wonderful. What do we do now? They sort of, all 7 of them sort of turn and look at you guys.
All right. Well, now we make a plan to set up a meeting with the Beatles. You think you could handle setting up a meeting, AOL?
An ambush meeting.
Part of the reason I thought we should do this in private is I'm sure they have, and she sort of looks around again, a spy here in our midst. I'm afraid that our actions here tonight will not go unnoticed.
That's okay. We're not trying to be subtle. We want to have a regular meeting to discuss terms and fairness.
I think you do not know the Beatles as well as I do.
That's true. I don't know them at all.
Maybe we should have taken him out.
I fear that subtlety and fairness are not words they really know.
Well, what words do they know? Why don't we talk about who they are, and maybe we should take this to private.
Bribes, payouts, hush money.
So they require a show of strength, you're saying?
I would guess so.
We could use.
All right. Well, the council has the ATAM, so we will be there to help you. Bringing fair equity, peace to towns of puppies everywhere.
Well
all right,
spoken.
so Barky and I will accompany you to Shadul tomorrow then?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So we have to return our wagon anyway.
Oh, perfect. And scene. No. All right. All right. I think. What? When should we meet tomorrow?
First light?
When do the Beals wake?
Oh, I don't know if I can make first light. That's I usually like to sleep in.
Well,
I
Can
usually
you make
have
an
a watch?
exception?
the tallest my sleep in day, but I guess I could get up.
On account of trying to save the town and stuff. Just
Yeah,
Yeah, no, okay, fine.
You know,
fine.
or second light. I'm okay
Alright.
with second light.
All right. After breakfast.
Yeah, after eggs.
Yeah.
8 o'clock?
We're not savages.
Yeah,
After breakfast.
Nobody talks before breakfast. Gotta have some coffee.
Oh my god.
To bed, for tomorrow we rise.
Like so much bread.
All right, are you guys staying at the Puppy Inn? So you're like sort of like walking back with AOL and Isendal.
I mean, I guess, yeah. And as we walk, I guess we're keeping an eye out for anyone that's keeping an eye out on us.
Yeah, I hope we're getting comped by now.
Yeah, I feel like there's something here.
I think Lily is going to ask AOL if she happens to know any dirt about Hartfell that they might be able to use against her. Past lovers.
I know that she is originally from Dessen, and sort of moved in with her compatriots and sort of. Shay Duel was not really. There was no central. She sort of just took over, from what I understand. But again, that was before my time.
All right.
She got a boyfriend? Does she like dwarves?
I do not know that, Twizzard.
She's gonna.
She's gonna.
Lily's thinking
She don't like dwarves.
the noble way where you kind of like fight fire with fire. So if she's underhanded, then you gotta be underhanded back. So Lily's gonna think about that on the ride back to Shay Duel, how they might be able to gather intel about Hartfell to use against her, and therefore in Puppyton's favor.
All right. Were you guys also saying something else as you were walking back to the tavern? Thought that Finric or someone said something? Maybe not.
No, I think I was just wanted to keep an eye out for anyone that's keeping an eye on us.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Although probably at disadvantage because it's dark and now all sort of people have divvied up, so that sort of
And you're the one person who can't see in the dark.
perfect.
Lily can't either.
So disadvantage would be 13.
13. I mean,
I'm
you
sorry,
definitely
14.
see some
14.
people's-
Sorry.
What's that?
14. Excuse me.
You definitely see some people going back to their houses. It's kind of hard to tell because there are houses further past the inn. You're not sure if like, but no, you don't see anyone notice or anyone staring at you or anything like that. No.
Okay.
All right, so you guys go into the inn.
Oh, I also called Mr. Bones to come with us.
Yes. Okay.
He's tired of being left alone.
Easily done. Nara is relieved to have slipped away from. Yeah, you guys go in. You have your rooms from the night before. AOL is, of course, your rooms are on the house. Please, I will have your breakfast ready in the morning, and if my name comes up, I had nothing to do with this whole rebellion thing.
All right.
Even though she's on the council, she still is wary.
That may cost you extra eggs tomorrow morning.
Absolutely, Twizzard.
Twizzard likes his eggs.
Twizzardlikeshiseggs.com.
Made a friend for life.
All right, so you guys having a long rest, I guess.
Oh, yay.
Benefits of a long rest.
Long rest me.
Oh, before I go to bed, I recast Mr. Bones.
Oh, you're doing it night now.
Oh, switching it to night. I love it.
Well, just because I could do it right before I reset.
Have all the spells ready for tomorrow. Yep. Smart.
Yep. It made sense all along.
Twizzard. He's a sharp one, that Twizzard. All right. Any specific things you want to do during breakfast, or should we get on the road? What do you think? What time?
Anybody want a puppy?
I feel. Yes, but I mean, not on the ship. I think that would be mean. I feel like we can probably wrap up and head on the road pretty quickly. Because anything like we need to strategize or talk about, I feel like we can do on the road.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got the day's travel basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get on the
Those
road
are big, right?
early,
Oh, can we all fit in our wagon now with 2 big bears?
no, they would probably stride alongside.
Where do we get bears?
That's
They're
what they are?
fur bulbs.
Oh, fur
They're
balls.
sort of
Where do we get fur balls?
not
You missed 1 week.
That's the government.
I didn't buy any fur balls.
2 furbolgs.
Puppyton is primarily inhabited. It's like 40% furbolgs, 40% Goliaths, and then 20% random.
Woodstock has
Some
seen better.
elves, some gnomes. All right, so you guys are on the road. Yeah, you can fit 4 in the carriage, and then 2 on the riding bench. And then, so let's see, you were a total of...
We were a full cart on the way out. So now we have 2 extras.
Yeah,
Plus, I think Barky and Paws should have their own horses or something, just because they're going to have to go back on their own.
He said they're kind of striding.
Oh.
Maybe they just walk.
Can I ride a fur ball?
No. I mean, yeah, you guys could get you could get horses. Get horses. You want to all be on horses? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Get some horses.
Is that a fur ball?
Well, I don't think we all need to get horses. It's just
No. Let's see.
they're not going to be able to take the horse and cart back to Puppyton, so they're going to have their own means back.
Should we be driving?
Oh, is that me? Yes.
You driving?
Bless you. Bones and Twizzard.
Doesn't take.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, Finric, are you inside or outside?
Oh, inside. I'm an indoor monk. At heart.
All right. Bones and Twizzard are driving. These guys are on horses next to you, and they can like stride along and talk to you through the door, or horse ride. Yeah, they're on horses. They're ready. Okay. So let's see. 30 miles. Are you rushing? Are you going at a normal pace? What are you doing?
Business cat.
I think we're going at a regal pace.
A regal pace.
Yeah, nice. Leisurely, but dutifully.
All right. So normally it would take 8 hours at a normal pace. Are you going slower or faster than that?
It's the same. 8. It's just more regal.
And you guys get on the road soon after breakfast. So call it 8:30
Yeah.
or so.
It's more of a matter of attitude than speed.
Yes.
Before we actually leave, I'm gonna ask if the 2 furbolgs have any kind of maybe traveling weapons, just in case.
I think they just bite stuff.
Because we always carry our weapons around, so they might want to just be prepared for anything. Because the ATM does attract trouble.
Let's see here.
Lily doesn't understand why, but Lily doesn't know that there's a DM who's controlling everything.
Told her that.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, they sort of have.
I guess they would have like their own claws and stuff, right? Bite claws.
I mean, they can do unarmed strikes. So they have basically. Paws has just like a billy club, and Barky's got like a walking staff. That, he's gonna take here. All right. And actually, I think that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. So you guys sort of roll through the day. Probably have lunch while you're going. So you're gonna get there just a little before 4 p.m. on Detal. And as you're rolling, you're sort of entering back into the surrounding farms, passing past the ample and abundant corn crops, getting closer and closer to Shaydul, same road that you took out a few days before. As you get up to as the last farm sort of stop and the sort of city proper begins, you see the livery where you got the carriage, and you also see two gnomes sort of just standing in the middle of the road looking at you. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Uh-oh.
Gnome knows.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm excited. See
Prepare
how
for
this goes
Gnome
down
again.
with Heartfell in the gang.
Nomageddon.
Gnome again, Finnegan, lickety split. No.
We're in Gnomeware's land.
Oh, you're not going gnome. I don't know. I'll have to
I
work on
feel
my
like we
names.
can just punt these gnomes.
We'll see.
Why didn't we bring the
Kick
Goliaths?
those two out of the way and keep walking.
They're certainly very punny.
All right. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next Friday for another BND Live.